I spent an hour on hold with the Vistat people, and they helped me not at all.
Mm, mm, yes, that sounds about right. I think I recall it. Let's go to Tekken to see if he can fill in the blanks.
Okay, so we woke up. We're at an inn again. Um, something happened, and then somehow, some way, we ran into that vampire guy, and then he was all like, "Oh yeah, while I was out, I took care of your friend Lazarus too while I was at it." And we're all like, "No," or something. And then we fought, and he like threw bees at us as well, but we were victorious. So
You were very
yeah.
victorious. Good, good.
Wait,
Um,
so Lazarus is dead?
well,
Maybe.
as far as you're aware, I mean, Isam had his mask.
And he had
Future Sax?
the thing that instructions for the stone whatever thing whatever that was. That's
Right. So, uh, after the group killed Isam again, he had a note on him that was for Sack, essentially saying, "Hey, I made this deal with Magpie to try to come back and turn you into a vampire to be with you forever, and we could run away and other stuff." But he also left a gem that contains a tiny bit of Magpie's soul uh, that you all can potentially use to get closer to him or be used in taking him down. But yes, that was a very eventful, but not much happened last session. So where we currently leave off is everybody is in the inn. Everybody probably went back in, rested up after all that, so everyone can make sure that they take a long rest. And then I assume everybody wakes up and goes back downstairs. And when you do, you notice that Sax and Kit are currently missing. And the bartender of the inn says, "Oi, one of your friends left a note for you."
I really hope it's sex.
Mhm.
Let's get the note and read it, please.
So you get the note, and it looks to kind of be covered in shiny things and some glitter. And it says, "For
Definitely
my
Sax.
bestest friends."
oh, that's not sex.
Yeah, let's read the whole thing.
You open up the note, and more glitter falls out, and there's some popsicle sticks in there. You're not quite sure why. And the note reads, "My friends, I've gone to look for Mr. McGillicuddy." I can't do Kit's voice, at least not right now, because it would be too loud. So we're just going to go with Kit's voice and say, says, "Hi, my friends, my bestest friends. Somebody told me that there's an old man McGillicuddy, and he's down on a farm up the hill, and something about being able to help me fly again. And I had to go check it out. Sorry, I left you all some things to remember me by." And inside again, it looks like he has made little popsicle stick figures of each of you. Um, Sax's appears though to be a lot more designed than the rest. More clothing. Looks like he sewed tiny little itty bitty clothing. Put it on Sax. The rest of you are just kind of the faces drawn on popsicle sticks. Um, the bartender notices this and gives you all some bit more information in that is actually all the bartender had, because Kit had asked if the bartender had any arts and crafts uh, to be able to make things with. So that's what y'all got from Kit. Um, And yeah, he pretty much just said in the note that he went to find a Mr. McGillicuddy and hopes that he could be back before everyone woke up. But if not, he left a note.
Sounds good. Let's eat breakfast.
Looks like eggs and bacon is currently on the menu as far as
Anything.
what's the special for the
Anything. I've
day.
skipped breakfast 2 days in a row. I'm happy.
Eggs and bacon sounds good.
Bacon.
All the eggs and bacon, not a lot of eggs and bacon, but all the eggs and bacon. Is anyone else going to eat? Or does anyone else want to eat? Or does anyone else want to do anything before doing whatever it is you all want to do next? Nope. Okie doke. Well, in that case, nothing seems to be very eventful at the inn at the moment. Surprisingly, I mean, usually it tends to something goes on, something happens. But as of right now, it seems pretty. Excuse me. Pretty tame inside. Just the general, people waking up in the morning, walking downstairs, getting some food. Some people are already drinking. Some people are already drunk. But you kind of expect that at this point.
Okay, well, for a change, let's go out of the inn and find adventure.
Yeah, sounds good. You all, I assume, all of you walk outside of the inn. You go out the inn. In the out. I don't know how to do that. Walk outside. There we go. And for a change of pace, you're beginning to get the feeling that things may be getting a little worse because it appears that the undead is or has risen early. Usually you're used to seeing them kind of come out at night, but it seems that they're outside causing some havoc right now. There's a couple of zombies that are wandering around, terrorizing some people that are trying to run away. And you see in the distance what appears to be kind of a larger undead, which looks kind of like a messed up vampire, just a little bit. That seems to be almost commanding some of these other undead. And oh no, what is that behind you? Everybody roll for initiative.
uh,
Did you get a 1, Tortuga?
no, it was the oh no, something's behind
Oh.
you.
13. And Tortuga at 9. Nicely done. Okay. So you turn around and you actually see just zombie body parts. Some feet and some arms that are kind of pulling themselves towards you. And one of them goes to actually take a swipe at Tekken. Oh, come on. You're not going to let me roll from here? That's bull. Bull. Grab my D20. Okay. One of them does a very poor job at trying to grab Tekken. Again, I'm guessing he probably turned around and went, oh, what the hell is that? Dodged out of the way. The next one, though, gives another swing towards Tekken and hits. Tekken, you take 5 damage. And if you could give me a strength save, please.
Strength save.
Yes, sir.
Oh, bleep blarps.
So, one of the feet, like I said, started off and it tried to detached foot, tried to kick you and it missed. But the next one, it was a hand that crawled up and swiped. And then when it tried to swipe you, another little hand kind of moved up on the side and they crawled themselves up and wrapped themselves around your neck. Please take
Can I use
damage.
my thingy my use my
Inspiration?
no
Uncanny
my
dodge.
ability thing that lets me do the thing again. The soul thing. The diamond soul. Yes.
Oh, sure.
Okay. Let me spin the key point. Where is it at? Okay, that's weird. That should be not that. Let me. Okay, there we go. And then strength saving better than 10. Come on. Crap. Whatever.
Yeah, so still take that other 7 damage that I had mentioned. And then in the distance, like I said, you notice that there was another larger. Oh, I lost it. Get back over here. There he is. Another larger, weird-looking vampire, like this, making its way towards. Actually, for some reason, Tortuga in this case. And it gets close
Bring
to
it on, my dude.
gets close to Tortuga. And it starts kind of making the sound that a cat makes right before it's trying to huck up a hairball. You hear, and then suddenly just a massive amount of blood shoots out of its mouth. If you could give me a Constitution save, Tortuga. You take 16, 16, nope, 18 necrotic damage. And for 1 minute, meaning 10 rounds, you cannot regain hit points. Oh no. We now move on to Tekken.
You said?
What's that? 17, yeah. Or sorry, 18. 18.
Okay, did you say I was getting attacked by like a disembodied hand and foot?
So there seems to be you guys are kind of swarmed around disembodied limbs, feet, hands from the undead, and it seems like they're kind of crawling. The feet are kind of jumping their way, hopping their way, and the hands are kind of using the fingers to pull themselves along. And you currently have 2 undead detached hands that have wrapped themselves around your neck, and you are currently, because of this, if Matt could type that. So you can't move, and attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage. You also have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. As these disembodied limbs are essentially surrounding you and kind of trying to hold you down. Maybe they know to go for the monk first. I don't know. But yes, there's a bunch of these around at the moment. You can't quite figure out exactly how much, but there's also that big vampire that just vomited blood all over Tortuga.
Okay.
Have
Guess
a vampire now?
Not yet.
guess I'll try to attack these hands that are on me.
So all your attacks, make sure you yep, cool, you got it. Hey, it hits.
Yay. And then another.
Oh, actually, I take that back. That's a critical fail. So that's okay. You can continue with your next hit anyway. That one hits. So you hit him for 10 damage.
Okay, and then double unarmed strike. This is weird because it's rolling like 2 dice, and I'm like, I don't know what these are for.
Okie doke. One of the hands that was holding on to you falls down to the ground and kind of shrivels up. And with that next one, the other one falls up, and you find yourself no longer restrained, which is good.
Well, that's the end of my turn.
They are not holding you anymore. So you've successfully gotten out of that group. And now some more limbs crawl their way over to Gur. Gur, you have a foot that tries to kick you, and it does a horrible job. And then there's a hand that tries to swipe at your ankles, and it too does a horrible job. And the vampire that is by Tortuga goes to claw at you, Tortuga. Maybe it heard you say something about, am I a turtle vampire now? It goes to claw at you, and it does a very bad job and misses there, and then that one misses as well, and this die is going into dice jail at the end of this session. And then it tries to bite you. And it succeeds. Wow. Okay. And it hits you for 16 damage. And your maximum hit points are reduced by 9.
Dang.
And now it is Gur's turn. So you're surrounded by a bunch of hands and feet, and there is a vampire that is currently harassing Tortuga. What would you?
Well, I think I gotta clear out what's attacking me first.
It's probably a good idea. You hit. You deal some good damage.
And 6 frost as well.
One of the feet shrivels up. And somehow, even though it has no body, you hear
Okay,
as it flops over on its side. There's still some hands and feet surrounding you, though.
let's attack more hands and feet then.
That
Hands,
definitely
feet,
hits.
Fluid.
Tongues. But there are no tongues, I guess. Nice. Due to being a critical hit, you successfully slice through a couple of the limbs as more make their way towards the group.
There's more? Okay.
There's more. You hit. You slice through some more as they all to the side shrivel up even more than they already were.
All right, so does a sneak attack even do anything for disembodied limbs?
No,
Yeah, I was thinking not.
but I would say that you're probably cleared to give one to the vampire while it's pre
I'll have to be next.
occupied with Tortuga.
Yeah, I'll make my way there next turn, I guess. That's it for me.
Sounds good. Next up, we have Tortuga. Tortuga, you're being attacked by a vampire who just lost his lunch over you.
Yeah, let's see if we can get him to lose more than that. I think I want to cast dispel good and evil. Well, in this case, evil. Dispel evil on myself.
Okay. Are you attempting to do anything in particular with this, or just what the effect is?
What? Um.
Because as a
I can send him to Shadowfell. That's cool. Let me do that too.
you're trying to use the dismissal.
If I use the dismissal part, do I still get the top part of it?
Let's see. So when you cast this, you can do either the break enchantment or the dismissal, if that's what
Oh,
you're
it
asking.
ends it when I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um. And does that send him permanently or just for 1 minute? I can't figure out by the wording.
Let me look. So if they are not on their home plane, they have to succeed on a charisma saving throw. On their home plane, they're sent to Shadow. Okay, so undead go to Shadowfell and Fae are sent to. It doesn't look like there's. I'm going to assume it's for. Hmm. So you can concentrate on the spell for up to a minute, and that gives disadvantage on things against you, or you can use one of those effects in order to. It ends the spell, but you can get one of those effects. As far as I can tell, I would say it would just be permanent until they find their way back. So it's not
I want to punch him in the face and dispel him.
okay. So you cast the spell on evil, which casts the spell. So you would have to wait until your next action or your next turn in order to use that, because the first one is casting the spell, which uses the or casting the spell uses up the action. So on your next turn, you can punch him in the face.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm
But
gonna do
until
that
then,
first.
everything's going to have disadvantage while it's attacking you. So that's good.
And I'm gonna use a spiritual weapon.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. Smack him in the face.
And punch him in the face with that.
Okay, cool. You just really want to punch him in the face. That hits. For 11 damage. Nice.
Sweet.
Nicely done. Whoops. There we go. And after that, it is back to Tekken's turn. Tekken. There's a couple of undead limbs that swarm themselves around y'all, but it seems that you are thinning them pretty well. But there's a few more if you'd like to attack there. There is also the vampire that is currently attacking Tortuga. What would you like to do?
want to attack the vampire thing.
Cool. You're close enough to it. You wouldn't have to move at this point. Just with your monkness. So yes, go ahead and make your attack because that vampire just kind of popped up behind all y'all. That definitely hits.
Okay, then I'm going to spin my key point and get 2 unarmed strikes. Where's it? Oh, there it is. Oh, that was weird.
That hits.
And one more.
Oh, that's a nice roll.
Okay.
And that misses. But you did a good amount of damage too. Will you be doing anything else?
No.
Okay. So, as you make your flurry of punches at the vampire, it does not like that it is being attacked by you, and it takes its sights off of the turtle and goes towards our human monk, and it attempts to claw at you. 1. That one hits. The second one, that one also hits. That'll be 18 damage. And then, after it claws you with its hands, it attempts to bite you. And it does such a bad job at trying to bite you, it hurts itself instead. And in seeing that it's, well, seeing is a very strong word because they're hands and feet, but in sensing that their master is in dire straits, some of the hands and feet try to rise up and attack Tekken. And that's 1 failure, and that's 2 failures, and 3 failures. Nope, that's not 3. That is actually a hit. Ha! That is 5 damage to you, Tekken. And then the hand tries to grab you and does not. We now move on to Gur. Gur, there's still some limbs remaining that are attacking Tekken. And the vampire has changed its target over to Tekken since Tekken was the last one to make it feel any pain. What would you like to do?
I would like to attack the vampire if it won't trigger any attacks of opportunity.
Nope. Y'all are pretty much together. Vampire popped up behind you. Well, it was in front of you, and then suddenly it was behind you. That will hit.
And then 2 cold damage.
15 damage so far. Nice.
And then a sneak attack.
Mm-hmm. 16 damage. Nice.
And another attack.
That will definitely hit.
More damage. More cold damage.
18 damage. Please describe your killing blow, Gur.
I stick my Frostbrand sword into it, and it freezes into a vampire popsicle.
Nice. Is this an edible popsicle, or is this just kind of one for show?
Depends on your constitution, I guess.
Makes sense.
And I guess there are still limbs around.
Just a couple, just a few.
Well, let's attack some of them.
That will hit.
And that's my turn.
Sounds fantastic. Last, but definitely not least, we have Tortuga. Tortuga, the vampire, has been successfully slain by Gur. There are a couple of limbs that are still surrounding you all. What would you like to do?
How many limbs are around us?
Just a couple. Probably a good hit, and you could clear the rest out.
All right, I'll just ignite Dust Crusher and take a swing.
Nice. Go ahead and give
And
me your attack. That will hit. Go ahead and describe how you destroy the remaining limbs that are surrounding your group.
surrounded by sunlight, take a. Hey, wait! It's morning and the vampire was outside.
Mm-hmm.
I hit it with a really big hammer. All the limbs. I just smash them, and then I just keep hitting them and hitting them and hitting them.
I think someone might have some pent up rage, possibly. You have made vampire limb soup a moat, a mini moat outside the inn of zombie limbs, undead limbs, which you could probably dip the vampire popsicle into. There you go. You've made an entire weird snack. Um,
I cast Sacred Flame to burn up the fluids.
and whatever moat was there has now burnt up in holy fire. I mean, you have to make a roll, but sure, sounds great. The AC is effectively 1 since they are already pounded into a pulp. So you see in the distance, there's still some undead that are giving some people trouble, but it's up to your group if you want to go and try to help them out. You also have currently a note from Kit saying he has gone away and he hasn't returned back yet. Or you all can just go looking for adventure. It's entirely up to you.
We can go look for adventure somewhere.
Okay. Are you just going to go wandering, asking if people need help, or are you just going to go walking around until something happens? What's the plan?
Oh, we could head over to the Temple of Helm and see if there's anything that the Grandmaster would have us do.
You could do that if you would like.
Yeah, that's something we could do, sure.
And as you all are debating,
He,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say he loves me.
Yes, as you all are debating what to do next, you hear a few of the townsfolk scream in the distance. They killed them all! Somebody help! And you see that there's people that are gathering about a minute up from where the inn currently is. And you see someone carrying what looks to be like some highly mauled, ripped to shreds livestock. Some cows, some sheep. Appears to be some rats for some reason. Don't know what this town keeps the rats for, but I'm sure you'll find out eventually. Would you like to go investigate?
I think we almost have to because, Tekken the hero, if he's seen going away from someone in help, that's a problem.
This is true. This is definitely true.
And I still got this shiny aura thing going on for, at least like 45 more seconds.
You do. It's very true. So, you walk over and you see what's going on. One of the villagers is a very strong villager because even though it's a dead cow, he's still holding a cow in his arms. Full adult cow. One of his arms, throwing another over his shoulder, and kind of looking at him. And he's talking to some of the other townsfolk, saying they woke up in the morning and they just happened to find the livestock had been torn to shreds, and they heard some sounds the night before and thought nothing of it. They thought they saw maybe a fox or something along those lines. They kind of ran outside with some torches and waved the torches around. They didn't get a good look, but they just kind of ran outside going hey, and the thing ran off into the trees, the wooded area. They figured, okay, maybe it was just something small they didn't need to worry about. And the next night, they didn't hear anything, but when they woke up, this is the state that they saw their livestock was not doing too well. They were one down, and they're like, okay, maybe it's just one thing. But then the next day, this morning, just a little bit ago, they found all of their livestock was just totally taken out. Nothing remained except the poor cat. And I say the poor cat because you look at the cat and the cat looks like it's seen some shit. It seems to be scared of everyone around it. It seems to be very unsettled. But it seems to have been untouched. And that is what the villagers or the townsfolk have told you so far.
Well, we could check this out.
You could. How would you like to go about doing that?
Does anybody speak cow?
Maybe.
The cows are dead.
I mean, that's never stopped me before.
Oh, so does anyone speak dead cow?
I mean, I can speak to the dead. I just can't speak cow.
Oh. Isn't that like speak to hamburger or something?
I don't know. I've never tried it for that before. I don't think I want to.
This is how you become a vegetarian. No, we cannot talk to the dead cows.
Aw. Okay.
Do you have a spell to talk to the live cat that's seen some crap?
I do not. Well,
You don't have any speak with
Uh,
animals?
I don't have speak with animals. I have tongues.
I don't think that's going to help you here other than make things more confusing.
Does tongues involve licking?
I always
Good
thought
point.
it did, but apparently not.
Oh, that's why you picked it, huh? Okay. All right, well,
Now, what tongues can do is you can touch any creature, and it gains the ability to understand any spoken language it hears. Now, it can't converse with you. Actually, no, I take that back. You effectively can grant any creature the ability to understand language, and also anyone that can speak at least one language can understand the creature you touch. So effectively, you could let the cat talk.
All right, I'm gonna mosey on over to the kitty cat.
Oh, you're gonna just give it a little pat on the head at the same time as casting the spell.
Yep, yep.
This is
Okay.
actually one of our more intelligent plans.
And there's 2 people missing right now. Anywho, let's not dwell on that. So you go over and you pat the cat on the head, and it seems a little hesitant at first, but it seems to like being pat on the head as opposed to just kind of running around frantically in circles that it's been doing this whole time. And it goes, "Meow," and it looks at you. And it says, "Oh, you're a turtle." And the rest of the townsfolk freak out and they start running away because they're not used to a cat talking.
Very observant little feline,
And after
but they're used to a
everything that
giant
they see-
turtle.
I'm not used to a turtle as big as you. And it starts sniffing you. And then it licks you. And then it looks at your hand, and then it looks at its paw and looks at you and says, "I'll let you live for now, turtle. But not because I don't think I can't take you." And at this point, the rest of the village folk that were there have run far away because they just see the cat talking and they saw what happened to the livestock. And at this point, they've just made a lot of assumptions. So it's pretty much just your group and a talking cat.
Can you tell us what happened to
Hey, kitty,
farm
kitty,
animals?
kitty, kitty.
As you make those sounds, Tortuga, the cat starts walking around, brushing up against your leg. And then it hears Gur talk and looks at Gur and says, "They all died."
Yes. How? And we would like to avenge them.
Cat looks around and says, "Avenge! I used to have a little friend and he was a mouse, and then one day someone took him from me and I went to try to avenge my mousy friend, but my friend was dead, and I tried to avenge him, but it didn't quite work out because I am a cat and I did not know who took the mouse, but I swore vengeance and I thought maybe one day I could avenge my friend, but I never avenged my friend." I'm sorry, what did you say?
I
What
will help
killed
you avenge
the
your
farm
friend.
animals?
Oh, they had very big cuts on them, kind of like when I get mad and I slash at my farmhand. I own a very big farm. There's lots of animals. There were lots of animals there, but now they're dead.
Yes, who made the slashes and killed the farm animals?
It wasn't me. My hands aren't that big. Look at the size of my hand. And it shows its little paw and kind of holds it up to you. Did you see the size of the cuts that were on those animals? It certainly wasn't me. I do not know why you are accusing me.
I would like you to take us to whatever caused those bigger cuts than you, because you did not do that. So I want to find out who did.
Did you see how big the cows were? Why would I want to go anywhere near a thing that could make cuts that big? That would be a cat at least 2 times my size. And then it looks at its paw and says, "Probably 2 times my size. I do not think it would be the same size as me."
Was it a cat 2 to 3 times your size?
I don't know. You see, I was sleeping. I'm not supposed to be sleeping during that time. I'm supposed to be staring at the window at the birds that come in and make sure if they try to eat any of the feed, I scare them away. But I wasn't doing that. I was sleeping. Shh, don't tell anyone. I did not actually see what it was, but then I heard a loud sound and I went running out. And then I saw my friend, Mr. Mukau, and he was on the ground. And then I looked over at Tim, and Tim was also on the ground. Tim's the other cow. I really liked him. He's very nice to me and shares his milk with me. But then Tim was dead too, and so was Victoria. Victoria was a little pig. She was very nice too. She would always make these little oink sounds, and they were so great. And anytime she was hungry, she would make those sounds. And when she was sad, she would make those sounds. Come to think of it, she would make those sounds all the time. I think she just liked making sounds, but now she cannot make sounds anymore because she is dead.
Can you show us where this happened?
Yes! And it points.
Can you take us there?
Yes!
It is very far away.
Except, and the cat looks at the turtle. I do not think that turtle can ride on my back. He looks too big.
We will walk and follow.
Would you like to ride on mine, Mr. Kitty Cat? What is your name, by the way?
My owner calls me Damn Cat. So I guess that is my name.
I shall call you Sir Killington of the Ravenclaw.
That sounds like a very good name. I shall like this name. And you all, well, it says, and if I can ride on your back, that would be fantastic. I like riding on the backs of other animals. I used to be able to ride on the back of Tim, but I cannot now anymore because he is dead. Anywho, onwards. And the cat jumps onto your shell and just kind of waits expectantly.
Yeah,
I
it was
walk.
always going to end up like this.
And the cat says, "Ah, haha, you don't know how to get to the farm, do you? It's okay. I will lead you." And he jumps off of the shell and says, "It is a very confusing path. Do not worry. Try and keep up." And the cat starts walking forward and then stops and looks behind to see if you all are following.
We are following.
The cat looks back and it starts walking further forward and then stops and looks back to make sure you are following. It says, "Okay, don't get lost. This can get a little bit confusing." And the cat walks forward and you all follow for about 5 minutes. And then suddenly, there are some zombie limbs that pop up and try to grab the cat and try to pull it away. What would you all like to do?
Guess.
Sacred Flame.
Okay, make your attack action. We'll call it a surprise round.
They have to succeed. To succeed, saving throw of 18. 17.
Dexterity?
Dexterity.
Of 17. They do not. And they all burn up. The cat looks a little bit singed, and then it looks at itself and looks at you and says, "Are you a fire-breathing turtle?"
Yes.
Close enough.
Yes, I am.
And the cat looks back and says, "Oh no, I have lost some hair." And you notice that there's little singes, little patches now from the sacred flame. The cat seems to be okay, all things considered.
Don't worry, chicks dig scars.
But I am a cat. I would never want to get with the chickens. They are very talkative. Have you ever listened to chickens talk? They just go bark, 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 bark constantly. They talk and talk and talk, and then they flap and they try to fly away. But they're tiny little wings, and they're very round bodies. Do not let them fly. It's kind of funny. They run around. They can be very mean. Sometimes I tried to eat some of their chicken feed, but they would chase me away. They have a very sharp beak. That is how I got this scar. And he shows his arm, and there looks to be an itty-bitty the tiniest little, cut that you've ever seen. He says, It was very painful. You see, the chicken chased me, and I managed to get away. But then it found me because, well, you see, it tricked me. It made a sound, and then it shook a little thing, a little feather, and it enticed me to stick my hand out to grab it. And as soon as I did, its beak came out and went, "Pah!" And it hit me on my little arm, and it cut me like here, right there. You can see it right there.
That's a great scar. That's a battle wound you should be proud of.
I am very proud of it.
The same thing
because-
happened to me. And Tortuga reveals also a little scar on his hand.
You also were tormented by Cecilia the chicken. Are you sure you want to go to the farm? Ah, I have not heard of this chicken. It sounds like a very regal name. Especially if my name... You know a lot of people named Sir, don't you? If you were calling me Sir Killington and there were Sir Cluckington... Do you know many knights? Are you a knight? Because he notices your armor now.
Sorta.
I am a knight of Helm. Actually, a cleric. Of Helm.
Ooh, I don't know what any of those words mean, but it sounds very important. We should get to the farm. And it suddenly turns around and starts walking further. And you guys walk about 5 minutes further down. The cat looks back to make sure you're still following. And it goes forward and says, okay. You have to be careful. Don't get lost now. And it makes a left and continues walking down the road. And it looks behind to make sure you're still following. It looks back and says, okay, this is the tricky part. And it makes a right at a little mailbox. And you notice you're at the farm now. And it says, oh, good. You didn't get confused. Sometimes I go the wrong way. And I end up in someone else's home. And they will give me milk sometimes. But then the farmer shows up. And he is very unhappy that I am there. Even though he gave me milk. And then I go back to the farm. And then the farmer does not want to get me milk. But then he is very annoyed when I ask for milk. And I'm just going, meow, meow, meow. I want milk. Please give me milk. And the farmer just gets annoyed. So then I leave the farm. And I go to get milk from the other family. And they give me milk. And it is very good. But then the farmer comes back and goes, no. And then he takes me away. But then he does not give me milk. It is very confusing. Hey, do you have milk? I am very thirsty from all this walking and talking.
Can we see on the ground where the battle happened?
Yes.
Or...
Oh, would you like me to
The
take
one
you
with
to
the
where the
chicken
battle?
or the one with the cows?
Oh, that is a very good question. They are in two very different parts. Let's go look at the chickens, and the cat starts walking away.
Big cows, big slashes.
Oh. Well, the villagers back in town had the cows. I can take you back to the village. It's a little bit of a walk. Do not get confused.
The cows. I want to care about where it happened.
Oh, it happened here. On the farm.
The farm's a big place.
The cow's home. Would you like to see the cow's home? It is a very big place. The cat gets up because it was kind of starting to make itself comfortable as it was explaining all of this. And it takes you all over to a barn where there's two barn doors. One of the doors actually kind of looks like it was torn off. And the cat says, the cows are in there, but I am not going to go in there because that is where the sounds are made.
All right, let's go.
What
We're just
type
going to
of
walk in.
sounds?
Well, some of the sounds started off with moo, moo, moo. And that's usually what happens whenever the cows get annoyed, especially Tony. He can sometimes get very annoyed. And then Tim, too. Tim also gets annoyed when Tony starts talking. So then Tim starts talking as well. And then they start angrily talking at each other. And it sounded and started sort of off like that. And I heard moo, moo. And they were just getting annoyed at each other. And sometimes it's kind of funny because they'll start telling jokes. Hey, have you heard this one? Moo. I really like that one. It's very funny. So I heard moo, moo, moo. And that's what I normally hear. But then suddenly I heard moo. And it sounded to be kind of like a question. Like Tony was confused at Tim. And then Tim went back with moo. Like Tim was starting to get annoyed at Tony. And then Tony went moo and let out a very loud moo. And And then I heard a weird sound. I've never heard Tony or Tim make the sound before, but I heard a woo, and I've never heard that sound before. In fact, I know I didn't hear that sound before, because if I heard that sound before, I would have run away, because it was a very scary sound. In fact, I did run away. I ran that way. Would you like me to show you where I hid? I can show you where I hid. I hid over there in that bush. And the cat's pointing over in a bush that's about a couple of yards away. And then he says, and then the farmer came out, and I did not want the farmer to think it was me, because I've scratched the farmer before, and if he thought that I was attacking the cows, I don't know, maybe he would not give me milk again. That would be very, very not nice. I like the milk. The milk is good. Anywho, so the sounds that the cows made, they got progressively louder as well. Like I heard ah woo, and then I heard rah, like it sounded. Kind of the sound I make if people irritate me. I go rah, and he's trying to make a very threatening sound, but you obviously tell that this cat cannot make a threatening sound. And the cat goes ah, and I heard that sound, and then Tim and Tony got very quiet. And then they made, I think the farmer called it a blood curdling scream, like rah. I am not very good at making any sounds other than cat sounds, but I will try. And it sounded like rah, and then it just sounded worse and worse. Kind of like, have you ever heard the sound of a cat when it falls off the top of a barn? Kind of like that. Ooh, I can make the sound for you. Let me go climb up to the top of the barn real quick. And the cat goes to run away to try to climb to the top of the barn. Do you do anything to stop it?
No, that's okay. We got the gist of it.
Oh, okay.
We understand what you're trying to say. We're just gonna go inside and look around.
Okay, be careful. Because I heard a sound in there, but I never heard a sound leave from in there.
Oh, that's cool.
So, the cat says, I'm going to go see if I can have some of the chicken's feed. And the cat takes off towards the chicken coop. So, what would you all like to do? The barn door, like I said, it's very obviously looks to be torn off its hinges, one of the doors at least. And it is very dark inside the barn. The barn is probably a good... I'm going to say... 2,000 square feet. It's a big barn. Big-ish barn.
I would like to investigate the barn.
Okay. Is there anything in particular you're investigating for, or you're just kind of walking around trying to notice things?
I'm assuming there's massive amounts of blood everywhere. I would like to investigate the blood.
Okay. So there is very quite obviously some blood that is so right inside this little barn area. There is a spot that actually there looks to be a hand carved sign that says "cows here." Um, and there are none right now, but you can see that there's a little individual stall for each cow with some hay and like a little spot for them to rest, and their food bucket or food trough, I should say. And you see that the water that they had is definitely tinged with some blood, and the hay itself is also covered in some blood. And you definitely see signs of gore. It looks like there's some innards of some of the, you assume, the cows that is on the ground. Inside, the floor itself is just kind of cement with some hay put placed down just for a little bit of padding. And as far as your quick glance at the moment, that is what you see. Do you want to give me an investigation, or in this case, I would say a perception check? So you look around, and there is definitely a sign of, as far as you could tell for animals, struggle. It looks like you do notice that the the hay kind of seems kicked up, almost like the thing was obviously agitated and was trying to escape, but couldn't because the door on the its stall was actually closed. Um, you can see like there's marks and kind of the door itself looks some of the wood not the wood on the door kind of looks broken of the stall, like it was trying to run away, but it couldn't get out. At least that's what you can tell or surmise so far. You also can go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Ah, I would like to use luck, please.
Yeah, sure. There we go. You notice that there's, like I said, there's some guts of the animal that's on the ground, cow blood. For whatever reason, you're probably used to how that smells, just based off of your experiences, adventures from a long time ago. Um, but you also notice that there's some tufts of hair. It's like a grayish, silverish hair that is kind of mixed in with the hay that is on the floor, and it doesn't look anything like cow hair.
Uh, could I do like a some kind of check to see if I know what kind of animal it is?
Let me actually try to figure out what might be a good check for you there. Unless,
Survival?
it wouldn't really be survival.
Animal handling?
Might be closer to it. Let me pull up your character sheet, see what might be a good choice here. I would say you have a choice of nature or animal handling.
Natural 20.
It's wolf hair. It looks like wolf hair. In fact, you've seen this kind of wolf hair potentially before, being that you are part of the Temple of Helm. You have potentially dealt with some type of creature that has hair that is specifically this wiry.
Yeah,
Um,
dudes. We got some werewolves. Or just really big wolves. Some kind of wolf. It's a wolf hair.
definitely big,
Wolves did
definitely
this.
big wolf. And looking at it, given your amazing knowledge of animals, you can actually tell that the hair is from three different animals, all of the same type.
We got three big old wolves. Three. Three wolves.
Suddenly hear, oh no, there was no feed in the chicken coop. I I now have a matching cut on my other little arm, and the cat's back. They still do not want me to eat their food. I do not know why. I was always taught to share when I was younger, but the chickens do not like to share. Ooh, that is very, very red on the floor. Did you do that? Are you okay? Are you hurt? And the cat seems to be very concerned about Tortuga.
I mean, yes, but no.
I am confused.
I am hurt, but that was not me. You didn't jump
Okay.
off the barn, did you?
No, I just said that I came from trying to get the food from the chickens. Should I jump off the barn? Do you want to see me jump off the barn? I have jumped off the barn before. It is good that they say cats have 20 lives. That is what they say, right? Something like that. The farmer constantly gets mad at me for it.
7. 7 lives.
7? Hmm. No, that does not make sense. I am sure I have jumped off the barn more than 7 times. Yes, I've jumped off at least 5. Yes.
Yogurt, what do we do now?
It's at this point, actually, that you start hearing some noise coming from the back of the barn.
Oh. Go to the back of the barn.
And you hear some rustling, and you actually hear what you think is some giggling. Sounds
Unexpected, but let's keep going.
like a child.
Oh, this could be fun.
That's one of my no areas. Let's run away from the scary children laughing. Let's just run away.
Are you going to run away from it, or are you going to run towards adventure?
I will walk
I'm
towards
going to take a
adventure.
vote. Who says we should burn the whole thing down?
I don't think that's the answer in this case.
I mean, it's whatever y'all want to do. Many paths. Pretty much anything.
I would like to go towards the giggling.
Okay. You get closer and closer to it, and you start walking towards the back. And like I said, the barn itself, even though it's daylight out, the barn itself is pretty well sheltered, so it's kind of dark out. And you think you hear, like I said, you heard the sound of giggling, and then you heard it sound like shuffling coming from one of the stalls. And you thought you saw something suddenly run from one stall on the right over to the left while it was giggling.
Hello?
No one seems to respond.
Wait, what? Wait. Okay, so is it just like the sound of giggling? It's not like a thing?
You heard giggling, you saw something move, but there was no response to Gur saying hello.
I want to cast a light up in there.
Oh,
Okay.
please be specific about what casting you're doing.
Just like I'm creating a. Actually, I have to cast it on something. I pick up the nearest object, whether that be a pitchfork or something like that. I
Okay.
cast light on it and I sling it into where I'm hearing the sound.
Sounds good. Go ahead and give me a. I'm going to say acrobatics check.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for it to pop up. Never mind. Oh no, yeah, there it is. Oh, nice. So I just wanted anything but a 1 pretty much. So you cast light on the pitchfork and you chuck it into one of the. I'm guessing you're chucking it into the stall where you saw a thing run to.
Yeah.
Okay. So you throw it in there, and the stall is now lit up. You can see that it looks like there's a shadow of something being cast on the wall now, but it doesn't look like anything is moving in there. And you still don't hear anything. Though I have to say it's concerning that you heard giggling and you chucked a pitchfork just at it. But hey, you do you. Are you going to walk closer to the stall to be able to look inside?
Yes.
Okay. So you look inside, and like I said, it's well lit, and it actually looks like there may have been a kid that was here at one point. There's a couple of toys that are on the ground. Um, it looks like this was, at one point a cow. Probably another one of the not a cow's stall, maybe a horse, something else like that. Um, but it looks like a kid almost took up residence in that stall. Um, but there's no one that you can see at the moment that's actually in there.
Is the giggling still happening, or did it stop?
No, you heard giggling, you saw something run, and then you didn't hear anything after that.
Hmm.
Let's do some fairy fire up in here.
Okay. What are you aiming at?
Just a 20-foot cube of where I'm at.
Okay. So you can go ahead and make your cast for that. And let me just check something right here in my notes. You don't. So you don't see the um you don't see like the outline of, like any I'm guessing you're kind of, looking to see if you see an invisible creature or anything.
Yes.
So nothing suddenly shows up, but you do notice that some of the toys are also glowing. And outlined by your spell. And there's some boxes in there that are outlined and glowing. But you don't see any. You haven't seen any creature that's pulled out of being visible, out of phase there. But it's definitely glowing nice and brightly in there at the moment, because you have your light in there and you've pretty much made all the objects lit up. You do, as soon as you do this, though, hear a sound suddenly come from behind you.
Hmm.
Um, it sounded like a little hiccup, but it wasn't like the same voice as the giggle from before. But as you all are looking in this stall, you started to hear some more motion from behind you. You actually notice it looks like there's some of the hay from the stall opposite from where you are seems to have been disturbed.
Hello, giggle thing. Are you there?
Nothing's responding yet.
Hmm.
You do hear, though, in the distance from the other side of the barn, from where the entrance was that you walked in from. Oh no! That is another cut! And you heard the cat start talking, and then you heard "Rawr!" and then a thud. Small thud,
No,
not a
the
very
kitty.
big thud.
Can I run and check on the kitty?
You can run and check on the kitty. And you go over and you look at the cat, and the cat seems to be unconscious at the moment. And you hear the sound, strangely, still sounds like a cat in the first stall you checked out from where one of the cows was attacked. And there does sound to be a mewing coming from mewing and meowing coming from that stall.
I would like to yell into the barn. If there's anything in there, come out now. I'm about to burn the whole place down.
So, no one seems to come out. Nothing seems to pop out. But for those of you, did you all follow Tortuga to the cat, or are you all standing in the stall that's at the other end of the barn?
At the other end of the barn.
Okay. As Tortuga says, "Hey, come out, come out," you notice that the fairy fire that Tortuga cast is starting to now flicker a little bit around the toys, the kids' toys. And you think it looks like one of them has moved. And then as Tortuga's voice, kind of echoes throughout the mostly giant empty barn, one of the toys suddenly jumps up and goes to swipe at you, Gur. Can you and Tekken roll for initiative, please? And you as well, Tortuga?
Sure.
Whoops. Uga. And then we've got Tekken. And then we've got Gur. So, one of the toys actually went to jump out to stab at you, Gur. It seems to have a tiny little blade, actually, that you're not quite sure where it came from. And let's see. I actually don't know if that hit. Don't. To Gur! Clicking on Gur. It did hit. Cool. Grr. So one of these little toys actually jumps out, and it has what looks to be like a tiny little stabby toy, itty bitty sword, and it jabs you with it. Can you give me a charisma save? Well, that succeeds. You do take four necrotic damage, though. The toy lands back on the ground, almost looking kind of motionless. Tortuga, when you spoke about, or when you had yelled out, "Hey, is anyone here? I'm going to burn the place down." The meowing that was coming in the stall by you, there's actually another toy that jumped out that looks like a little wooden soldier.
Warding flare.
Warding flare. Okay. Go ahead and actually, in this case, don't think it's going to matter. It will matter. Disadvantage. Shunk. That's roll number 1. And this is roll number 2, and I couldn't do worse than 1. It attempts to hit you with what looks to be a tiny little needle that it was holding in its teeth for whatever reason. But it misses good distance because it is grossly misjudged where you are, and it falls to the ground. One of the other toys also makes a leap and tries going towards Tekken, and it pulls out what looks like a little Raggedy Ann doll. It suddenly launches forward and seems to have a little sewing needle in its hand, going for Tekken. And Tekken, can you give me a charisma save, please?
Charisma save.
Charisma save.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. You take 4 necrotic damage. And then from behind, you hear and another one jumps at Gur. And Gur, same thing. Can you give me another charisma saving throw? Fantastic. And same thing, you take 4 necrotic damage. You realize you're currently being attacked by toys. Not sure why or how or what's going on here, but that's the case. As of the moment, you see that there are 4. There is 1 that's by Tortuga, and there are 3 that are by the opposite end where Gur and Tekken currently are. It's now Tortuga's turn. Tortuga, what would you like to do?
I would like to smash it with a really big hammer.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll. That is definitely a big hammer. Let's see your damage. Ten. Nice. So, as it tries to jump at you and it grossly misjudges where you are, before it hits the ground, you pull out your Dusk Crusher and you smack it in the face for a good 10 damage. Is there anything else that you would like to do?
And call upon my spiritual weapon.
Sounds good.
Does a 27 hit?
No, it does. Yes, of course. Yes, that is a very good hit. For 9 damage. Nicely done. One of the arms of this toy that is attacking you seems to kind of loll at its side now. Looks like it's not functioning. Is that all you were going to do?
Yes, sir.
Okie doke. Tekken, you were just attacked by a child's little marionette. Well, in this case, I guess it was a Raggedy Ann style doll. There are currently 3 of them that you notice that are in this room. What would you like to do?
I would like to attack it back.
Probably a good idea. That hit without question. Yep, that hits 2.
Okay, and now 2 more unarmed strikes. Oh.
That definitely hits. So for that third hit that you made,
Mm-hmm.
the little doll explodes into just kind of a poof of cotton everywhere. The last hit you made, you hit one of the other dolls, I would assume, as soon as you saw that first one go poof. So you've now started dealing damage to another one, the one that jumped towards Gur. And speaking of which, is there anything else you're going to do on your turn, Tekken?
Nope, that's it.
Uh, I didn't lose everybody, did I?
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, so if that is it for you then, Tekken. Gur, you just saw Tekken explode one of the dolls and then give a good punch to one of the other ones that was attacking you. It is your turn. There are now two that are currently in here, and you could tell that Tortuga at a distance from the other side of the barn is probably also facing one of these.
Well, let's deal with these first.
Sounds good.
Um, I will attack one of them.
Okay. Yeah, that'll hit.
Dang, and I thought mine was good.
And
Three.
another one of the toys is destroyed. There's currently one that you are aware of that is left in the stall with you, and the one by Tortuga.
Let's
Oh,
attack
two.
the one with me.
Sounds good. If for fun, roll the damage. Yeah, it's describe your killing blow of the animated toy.
Um, I just spin with my short sword, stab it, and it poofs.
Nice. There is currently one remaining that is by Tortuga. The dolls all are destroyed. Each time you did hear a strange little, slightly sadistic laugh right before the toy's life was ended. And you're sure that probably isn't terribly good. But yes, is there anything else you would like to do, Gur? There's, as far as you can tell, no one else in the stall with you.
Yeah, I guess try to make as much movement as I can to Tortuga, since I do have a
Okay.
bonus action to attack, but I don't think I can reach there.
No, it'd probably take you at least one, or at least this movement plus next.
Okay, so I'll move as far as I can and then use my bonus action to manifest an echo.
Oh, that sounds like a perfect thing to do.
Yeah, and that can go within 15 feet of me, so 15 feet closer to Tortuga, I guess.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good. Is that it for you?
Yes.
Cool. So the next thing is the remaining toy for Tortuga, which is doing very not well. But it goes and it attempts to give a tiny little stab to you, Tortuga. And it fails horribly. Wow, these dice I'm gonna burn. In dice jail.
Yay!
And suddenly, Gur, you get a sense of something else that's in the room with you. Probably due to a danger sense that you may or may not have. Possibly having a closer connection to things that happen to be dead, passed on souls. Um, let's see. You suddenly feel a slash, and you see a gash open up on your arm, and you take 6 slashing damage and then 21 necrotic damage. And this wound feels different than you've been hit with before. Normally, you're used to your body being able to heal very well, but in this case, this feels very deep, at a very very deep level, um, almost at a spiritual level. And Tortuga, you as well. Oh, that's fantastic. All these 2s, and then I roll a 20. And then I almost get crap again. Tortuga, you as well. You suddenly see a slash open up on your leg, and you take 6 damage or 6 slashing damage, and then 21 necrotic damage. And let me get my little counters I need here. That's always the thing you want to hear the DM say. Grab this one and this one. That one for Tortuga. This one for Gur. Yeah, but you don't see anything. And yeah, that is it for me. Up next is Tortuga.
So there's 2 toys left.
There is 1 toy, actually. And it is the one that was facing you.
Just gonna Word of Radiance it.
Okay.
So it needs to make a con saving throw of 17.
It does not. It explodes into cotton. The wound that's on your leg, Tortuga, flares. And you feel yourself take 7 more necrotic damage.
Well, that's not good.
And then you take another 7 slashing damage as you feel another cut open up on your other leg. Tekken.
I'm getting invisibly sliced.
Second, it is your turn, and you saw all the toys get taken out. In fact, you even did one in yourself. But you see a wound open up that looks to be black and almost necrotic on Gur's arm, because you're used to seeing this stuff with all the travels you've done before, but nothing quite like this. And you didn't see where it came from, but you do sense that something might be by Gur. You're not sure exactly where, but you do feel that there is something attacking Gur. And you heard Tortuga at the other end of the barn yell out what he just did, saying, "Hey, being slashed." So yeah, what would you like to do?
So I can't actually see what's attacking them?
You can't.
Can I, let's see, where's my thing at?
Tekken, punch the air tech and make it explode around them.
I don't know if I can make the air explode.
Mhm.
I guess I like will punch the. I'll channel all my chi and just like punch really hard to like try to like unveil what is attacking somebody somewhere.
Okay. Are you going to move up towards Gur first, or to where Gur is first? Or are you
Uh,
just going to stand where you are and be like, Kamehameha?
um, hmm. I guess I'll move by Gur first.
Okay. So as you move to Gur,
Dang it.
you have a oh no, this is good for you. I mean, mostly. Um, you have something called a dagger of blindsight on you, and it starts letting you know that there is something next to Gur that is currently attacking them. You're not sure what it is, but you do sense something there. So you may make attacks uh, in that spot where you're sensing a creature.
Okay. I'm going to do that. Ooh.
Nice, that hits.
Okay, spend a
Damage
key
so
point.
far.
2 more arm strikes.
That will hit.
Okay.
That'll definitely hit. 16. Nice. Done. At the end of your turn, Tekken, even though you can't see the creature, you suddenly feel a slash on your arm open up. So you go to punch, you got some good hits in there, but as your arm was retreating, you suddenly feel a slash, almost like a knife caught your arm as it was pulling back, and it sliced into your arm. And you take 7 damage. Gur, it is now your turn, but at the beginning of your turn, you feel that wound flare, and you take 7 necrotic damage. And then it is your turn.
So I guess I wildly swing at something.
Yes. You
Does that
can't
mean I have
quite tell what.
disadvantage or?
So in this case, what you can do is tell me the area you're hitting in. I mean, you did see where Tekken attacked. Um, So in this case, I would say the only downside here for you is disadvantage. Normally, when the creature's invisible, what we do is you tell the general place where it is, but since you just saw Tekken punch straight in that spot, you're probably pretty safe knowing where the area is. So if you just go ahead and give me your attacks, at least your first attack with disadvantage.
Okay.
And then when you hit, at that point, it's pretty safe to know where you are. Pretty safe for you to say you know where it is. You hit. So that one will actually go through.
Nope. Hold on. And cold damage 3.
Okay.
All right.
So
So from my next attack, it's not with disadvantage.
yes, I'm going based off martial art rules here. If you target something the first time at the speed you're going at, since each round is only 6 seconds, you hit it once and you get that solid hit, I'm going to assume you know where it is from then on.
Okay.
So usually when I'm doing, just for me, when I'm doing theater of the mind for combat, I usually, if something's invisible, it's make it with disadvantage, and you keep making it with disadvantage until you hit. And at that point for that round, if you hit that round, then for the rest of that round, you don't have disadvantage when you hit anymore. Because that way at least you know where it is. So it might move again while it's invisible, but at least for that round, you know where it is. Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
I'm guessing I don't get to sneak attack the invisible opponent.
And I would say that would be a hard thing to do at this point.
I'm just
Yeah.
trying to agree.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's 14 damage so far. So
and now my bonus attack.
nice. That will definitely hit as well.
For 8. And then
Nice.
I am out of things to do.
Okay. So, now it's my go. Let's see what happens here. Oof. So, Tekken, you feel a slash open up on your arm and take it's going to be 6 slashing and 21 necrotic. No one has any specific things against that, so that would just be a total of 27 damage. And same thing, you now feel you now see the same sort of cut on your arm that you see that Gur has. It looks to be kind of like a necrotic, very, very deep cut. And you, especially being a warrior of the mind and the body, you feel that cut almost cut into the soul. Okay, and that one misses. And then Tortuga.
Yes.
27 damage. As you see another wound open up on your arm.
Dudes, I'm getting close to dying.
I am pretty sure that this one missed you. Yeah. He just missed you, but missed you, which is for you very good. And then it is your turn. However, all the wounds that are on you flare, and you now take 10 necrotic damage.
Oh, well, that sucks.
If you need to, ask the cleric to heal you.
Can I get over to where Gur is without, or can I get over to where Gur or Tekken is without like opening myself up to an attack?
You can take the disengage action, which for right now I'm going to say, because I forgot exactly how it works, so my whole thing of we'll do it the first time, then I'll look it up and figure it out. But if you take the disengage action, you spend your entire time just leaving potential area or opportunity attacks essentially, and then you can use your move action to move away. But that would be your action for the turn. But yeah, essentially, yeah. If you take disengage, it means you can move away without provoking opportunity attacks for the rest of your turn. So that is your action for the turn, but you can still move, and you still get your bonus action.
Are they within 30 foot of me?
You don't know, but you are being slashed pretty close.
Okay, so I'm gonna do my bonus action is mass healing word.
Okay.
Wait, mass cure wounds.
Mass healing word or mass cure wounds?
Cure wounds has a better effect, I think. And I
Okay.
don't actually have to see them, I just have to choose them.
Mass cure wounds, 30-foot radius.
Ah, crap, that's an action. Um,
It is.
healing, mass healing word. Yeah,
Okay. So mass healing word, one bonus
bonus action.
action, up to 6 creatures of your choice that you can see within range. They are definitely within 60 feet of you.
All right, so let me do this.
So do we all get that
Everybody
healing, or
gets back.
Yes.
Everybody gets 17.
And
thank you?
as soon as that happens, every single one of those wounds that were opened up instantly heal. And you don't feel like there's that lingering damage on you anymore.
Woo!
Good move, Tortuga. And I'm guessing you moved over towards where you moved your full action over to where Tekken and Gur are.
Um, I actually want to cast True Seeing as my actual action.
Okay, well, your action was disengaging unless you want to open yourself up to opportunity attacks by moving away. If you don't want to move, then you could cast True Seeing and you don't have to worry about the disengage action.
I'm not going to worry about disengaging.
Okay.
I want to know what's going on.
Okay. So you're casting True Seeing.
Yep.
Ooh. Note there. Hey, it's good that you got all those items in your downtime. So you have True Seat or True Sight. There we go. You look in front of you and you actually see something that kind of spooks you. It looks to be a very monstrous version of Kit. Taller, bigger, and it's got a wicked bone knife, which is almost dripping with necrotic energy. And that's what it's been cutting you with. And then when you look over to where Tekken and Gur are, you see there's another one that looks exactly the same standing next to them. And
There's
is
a
that
giant bird about to kill y'all.
is that your turn?
Uh, I'm assuming I can't use my motion to take a potion, can I?
I'd say that would either be an action or a bonus action, depending. But given the circumstances, sure, you can take a healing potion.
Okay.
Just
I'd like to take one of the funky healing potions.
ooh yay. I think you have blue and black, right?
Yes, I would like to take a blue one, please.
Okay. Go ahead and take that and then roll a d20. D20 tells me what's going to happen, and then we'll have the result as what you heal.
Hold on for just a second. I accidentally edited out of my
No, you're good.
D&D Beyond.
Okay. So 5, half of that. 2. So heal for 2, but your the highest level spell slot you have, you get 1 back.
Woo!
And anything else?
That's it.
Okay. So with this true sight, the big bird creature at this point sees you noticing it's there. So it actually goes to slash at Gur. And that hits for the 27 damage. And then same thing, that wound seems to open up on your arm again. Gur. And it suddenly vanishes, Tortuga. You don't see it for a second, and then suddenly it's right in front of you in your face. For you, Tekken, you just suddenly feel the presence that's there. It's gone. It's not next to you anymore. And then the first one that was right next to you, Tortuga, it goes to... Yeah, it goes to hit you. Oof. For 16 slashing damage. And then it's your turn, Tortuga. Or no, that's not your turn. It is now Tekken's turn. Tekken, it is your turn. You just suddenly felt that presence vanish. So Tortuga healed you all, so all those wounds and everything you had are now gone. But then all of a sudden you felt that presence that was next to you just vanish. And you do see Tortuga. He did heal himself a bit, but you do notice that wounds are starting to open up on him again.
Okay, I guess I'll move over by Tortuga then.
It's a good idea. And you've got tons of movement, so you move over over to Tortuga, and now you can actually sense that there are 2 presences around you. So you may attack if you so choose.
Okie dokie. Dang it. Oh, wait.
You're good. That hits.
Ooh, yeah.
That also hits.
All right. Now I spend a key point to get my 2 thingies of unarmed strike.
22 damage so far. That hits. Okay, so
Crap.
we'll get to that one in a second. For those first 3, you for the first 2 or the first 3 hits, you actually took out one of them. So you can describe your killing blow for the first one if you'd like.
I guess I just punch into it and then it just lets out a like dying laugh and just like falls over and dies.
Nice. Do you punch through its chest and get its beating heart in your hand?
No.
Okay. So, in the excitement of taking out one of these things. You go to try to punch the other one, but unfortunately, Tortuga takes up a lot of space. And you accidentally hit Tortuga for 6 damage. Sacrifices must be made.
Oh, dang.
Are you dead, Tortuga?
Tortuga has 3 hit points left.
That's not good. Go over here real quick. Oh gosh. There we go. So, at the end of Tekken's turn, the remaining invisible one, Tortuga, you see actually go to slash at Gur. And where is it? Gur, you take 27 damage.
But
And
Gurr hasn't moved close there yet.
oh, has he not? Never mind.
The
We will swing that instead over to Tortuga. It's only Tekken who moved over there. So Tortuga takes that damage instead. Uh-oh.
No.
So let me change this counter here. And you also feel those wounds open up again on you. And then you see the slasher vanish. And Tekken, you suddenly sense the presence of the slasher bird.
Did I take?
27.
I did.
Well,
he was at 6, so
yeah, the most you can get to is 0. So you're not in order to be killed outright, you have to in a single round take your total hit points in damage, I believe. As of right now, you're just in the process of dying. Unless, of course, you want Sir Hootington to pop up, then we can, make that possible too. But that's your choice. But yeah, Tekken, you suddenly feel the presence gone. Gur, it is your turn.
the presence is gone.
Tekken suddenly feels the presence gone, and Tortuga, he's down.
I guess I can try to stabilize Tortuga.
Okay. How are you doing that?
I have no idea. Probably finding one of his healing potions and making him drink it.
Which reminds me, at the start of your turn, the one wound you do have flares and you take another 7 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And also, as you go away or walk away, you feel another slash on your back and you take 27 damage and you feel the existing wounds hurt more. But on the bright side, you make your way over to Tortuga, and are you going to try to use a medicine check, or how are you going to go about trying to heal him?
I will find one of his potions and make him drink it.
So unless I've miscounted, he has blue and black.
Whatever I find first.
Okay, I will make a roll then. Tortuga, even or odds? Okay. Gur, you reach into Tortuga's little medicine bag. I assume Tortuga has a medicine bag or a pack or something along those lines, but I'm going to say medicine bag. And you pull out a glowing
Fanny pack?
blue backpack. Okay, cool. You reach into his backpack and you pull out a blue glowing vial. And it looks very similar to the ones that you've seen seen him buy and imbibe in the past. You going to feed him one?
Oh, yes.
Cool deal. Tortuga, please give me a roll of. Actually, I'm going to have Gur do this since Gur is the one that is giving it to you. Gur, give me a roll of a d20. Nice. You actually heal for the full 16 damage there, Tortuga. And you are stabilized and back. And you even feel those wounds close up along with that.
Yay!
And Gur, are you going to do anything else?
Yes. I have my bonus action still.
Mhm.
I know I moved away, but my echo is still somewhere behind me now.
Mhm.
So my echo will blindly slash and see if I can hit anything.
Okay. You can go ahead and give a swing at disadvantage. You did roll a 24. However, your echo was 15 feet away from where you originally were, and nothing makes contact.
Yeah. It was a try.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's it.
Okay. So as you help, or Gur, as you help Tortuga get back up. Oh wow, that was really bad. You hear a whoosh, and being a user of blade yourself, you know that was the sound of something coming dangerously close to hitting you, but not. And then you hear the sound again, but this time contact is made, and there's another opening on your arm that opens up, or another cut on your arm that you see open up. And you take 27 damage, and the existing cuts that you currently have on you flare again and seem to actually grow in size.
Okay. I can't really take one of those again.
What is Gur currently at? Gur is at 22. And then Tekken. Chunk. Oh wow. That would be. So Tekken, you sense that there's two presences right now with where you currently are. But you hear a shing right in front of your face, and then you hear a guh, and you hear a thud, and then suddenly you only sense one presence. Tortuga, you see one of the bird creatures barely miss Tekken's face, instead embed his knife in the other creature's chest, and then that one just falls on the ground dead. I'm going to say you still have your true sight because it's fun this way. At least for another round. However, that second one, the other one that is there, goes to slice at Tekken now and hits And Tekken takes 27 damage. With all that health, which is slowly being eaten away. So yeah, you take 27 damage. Same thing. You feel the familiar wound open up again on your leg, actually, this time. And it slashes back on the upswing for... Ooh. I have the right one? I do. This one is... Hold on a second. $44 damage.
44?
I rolled a critical. Still cutting it in half.
Dang.
So yes, you take 44 damage, and you also feel that wound open up. Go. That is it for them. Tortuga, you feel the existing wounds flare, and you take another 7 damage, and now it is your turn.
I thought the healing potion healed it.
It did, but it slashed you again, unless I'm missing after the heal. If it didn't, let me know, and I am more than willing to say I did an oopsie, and you don't need to worry about that. I'll
How
roll
many
on
hit
it.
points do you say I have? Because I think I messed up somewhere.
Yeah, I thought it just attacked me.
Okay, if that's the case, don't worry about those extra 7. It's just your turn then.
I'm gonna look at the nearest crow thing and cast Guiding Bolt.
There is only currently one because it killed its other one. Cool.
Yay!
So you said Guiding Bolt. Let's see. Oh, nice. That hits. What's the damage? Nice.
And the next person that has advantage.
Very nice. Which, if it's Gur, would be fantastic. Tekken doesn't even need to worry about it because he's got blind sight. So in this case, or blind fighting. So in this case, yeah, Tekken has advantage. So yes, Tekken. Unless there's anything else you're going to do, Tortuga. At the end of this turn for you, your true sight will be gone.
My spiritual weapon's still floating about, isn't it?
Yeah. Doesn't need concentration or anything. So you got knocked down, but you got up again. They're not going to keep you down.
Hey,
That does not hit.
dang it.
But it was a good try. Let me check something real quick. Okay, cool. So, at the end of your turn, Tortuga, assuming it's the end of your turn and there's nothing else you want to do.
It is.
Okay. You see the bird creature take the knife and go slash towards Gur and barely miss. But miss it does. It is now your turn, Tekken.
Okay, I'm going to use my...
But at the beginning of your turn, the wound flares and you take 7 damage. And then you can do whatever you want.
Okay, I'm going to use my wholeness of body to regain 45 hit points.
That would be a very good thing to do. And as you do that, you feel all those wounds on you close up.
is that like the only thing I can do on the turn if I do that?
Wholeness of body, I believe, is your action. Let me just double check on that. I don't think it's a bonus action, but I could be wrong. Bonk. Yep, as an action. So you have a bonus action. If there's anything you want to do with bonus action, you can't use your flurry of blows because in order to use that, you have to have made an unarmed attack, or you had to have made an attack that hits this turn. But if there's any other things you have as bonus actions that you'd like to do, you can do that.
Can I use unarmed strike?
You can't because that would be an action. The unarmed strike that shows as a bonus action would be as a follow up to like a offhand attack from doing a normal attack action.
Okay, because I think that's all I have is those two.
Let's see if you have anything else. I'll take a peek. Dunk. Click on Tekken. Kit and Sax are gonna come back and be like, "What happened?" Mm, Yep, that looks like it. Yeah, monks are really, I love monks. They're really good at hitting things. They have lots of synergy with hitting things. Also really good at surviving stuff. But as far as like extra bonus stuff, if you don't hit anything, there's not really a lot. So that'd probably be it, unless you want to try to move or anything.
That's it. That's all. That's all I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I'd say you're probably safer being there. At the end of your turn, you feel a slash on your arm and you take 7 damage. And grr!
I
The
need to take
wounds.
7 at the start of my turn.
It is now 6. Hold on. Added. Need to re-add. 13. Now 13. The wounds flare and you take 13 damage.
Okay.
But now it's your turn, yes.
I am going to take my bonus action and do second wind
Okay.
to get 1d10 plus 5.
Awesome. And when you do that and
So that is 12.
Nice. As you regain that, all the wounds that were open close up.
Yeah. Hopefully that'll let me survive another round. Okay. Do I have any idea of where I'm?
You actually have advantage, and normally I would give disadvantage. So in this case, just make a normal attack.
Well, that won't work.
Roll damage for me.
Oh.
Tortuga, can you take 12 damage?
And 3 cold.
Tortuga, can you take 15 damage?
And
I mean, I could.
Tortuga, please take 15 damage.
let's try the short sword again.
That will definitely hit.
And
Tortuga is down.
And so
Plus
that's
another
15
4.
damage on that side, and I guess that's it.
Okay. Tortuga is down. Oh no.
Turtle down. Turtle down.
Turtle down, turtle down. Well, this thing sees that the turtle is down and now turns its attention over to Tekken. I think. It'll turn its attention to Tekken first. Tekken, you feel a whoosh as you take. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Party wipe? 44 damage. Tekken, are you still up? Are you still up, Tekken?
Barely.
And then it goes to take a swing. At Gurr. And misses. Very good for Gurr. Missed by 1. Very good for Gurr. But yeah, that is its turn. Tekken. The wound flares, and you take 7 damage.
Okay, well, I'm dead now.
We have a turtle down and a monk down.
Get him, Gurr.
And since Tekken is down, Tekken doesn't do anything but hopefully not die. And Gurr. It is Gurr's turn.
All
Gurr,
right,
you
so-
see the turtle and the monk drop.
Oh, I guess we're gonna die. All right. So I have an attack with disadvantage.
Advantage. I'm saying that was disadvantage, then has advantage, so cancels it out, so just a normal attack.
Okay.
I'm just saying that Tortuga's thing is still.
Kill
So
it.
that definitely hits.
Kill it in its face.
So that's 13.
Mm-hmm.
Another short sword attack. That's not gonna make it.
That will actually make it.
Oh, okay. So that's that. Oh, okay.
For 19 damage.
And now my bonus attack.
That will definitely hit.
And I'm out of moves.
Okay. My turn. The DM's turn. The There we go. See how this goes. Oh, look, it rolled underneath something, so I can't see. Grr, you take 27 damage.
I am down.
You are down. We are now going to go through a
Goblin.
quick roll first of death saving throws, which is going to be. We'll start with the first one who went down, Tortuga. Go ahead and let's run through you first. Give me your on your turn a death saving throw, which should just be that, I think. Oh, that's weird. Okay, that is a save. Go ahead and roll again. So far, you're ahead. That's a fail. Go ahead and roll again. That's a save. Go ahead and roll again. Success! You are stable. And I'm going to say with that, you can pop one of your potions. However, in your not quite dead state, go ahead and give me a roll of a d20. Yeah, you grabbed a black potion. You heal for 9 damage. We now move to
Okay.
Tekken. Tekken, your go. Let's have you roll out. Fail number 1. Fail number 2. Oh, God. Save. Save. Dun, dun, dun. Save. Success. You are stable at the moment, which is good. I don't think you have any healing potions on you, or did you buy any?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. You're stable, so you're not dying. And now we move to Gur. Gur. Let's see your rolls. Success. Those advantages are fantastic. Hey, look at that. Oh, look at that. Not only are you stable, but you're up with hit points. In fact, because of that 20, you can give yourself 20 hit points total. And we now move back to Tortuga. Tortuga, it is your turn.
Do I
Tekken,
like sense any last bird thing?
you do not. I mean, you don't have anything that lets you sense if something is near you that I'm aware of. So if you wanted to make any
No.
attacks, they would be with disadvantage.
What if it took up an area of 20 foot?
I mean, probably a good choice at the moment, but that's your decision. You know, ground zero. 20-foot cube.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cast fireball on myself.
Cool.
I'm gonna
So
actually use the Ring of Elemental Command and just fireball.
level 9, or because you do have
Just level
your
3.
level 3. Okay. And it's a dexterity save, right?
Yes.
Is
He makes it. What's the damage? Half. 32. 16 damage. You still have a bonus action.
do I see any like flaming feathers or anything?
You do. You actually see a creature kind of next to you that seems to currently be on fire.
Spiritual weapon, it's feathery tuchus.
Cool. Go ahead and make your attack. It
Luck.
misses. Good choice. Very good choice. Let's see the damage. Reverend Tortuga Brightburn, bringer of the flame, please describe your killing blow of the big evil slashing bird.
You made me almost die. Now you know what it feels like. And the blue shell just goes up and then just comes down at high speed. And then it goes up and comes down. And then it goes up and it comes down. And then it goes up and it comes down. And then it goes up and it comes down. And then it goes up and it comes down.
And there's nothing left at the end.
Just feathers.
Is there
Little
anything left
tiny-
to search?
These creatures, you still don't actually see them. So there's nothing to search on them. There's nothing to look around at, but it's still daytime out, but you've noticed that there's a fog that's kind of creeped in towards around the barn. Kind of strange.
All right. Nope. End of session. Okay.
I think we should just head back to the tavern for the day.
I will be back in a moment. I am going to take a restroom and water break.
Okay. Sounds good.
So yeah, we all almost died.
Okay, I am back. Is everyone here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I am here.
See?
Okay. So, something you do notice, those things that were attacking you, yeah, they were making big cuts and big gashes, but none of them had the silvery, wiry kind of hair that you noticed in the barn stall.
No, I had forgotten about the giant wolves with the invisible birds attacking us.
Is there anything you'd like to look at? Questions?
Same here. I'd like to go back to the tavern and take a nap.
Mm-hmm. The I said the fog is actually making it kind of hard to see outside at the moment, and you think for a minute you may have actually heard Kit's voice echoing, coming in the fog.
We think we heard Kit's voice because I mean that's something very distinct. We're not gonna like accidentally hear Kit's voice.
Good point. You definitely heard Kit's voice.
Kit, buddy, you okay?
You kind of hear a general echoing from outside the barn of Kit's voice saying, "Guys, I think I found Mr. McGillicuddy."
Well, that's nice. We're going back to the Cat Tavern, buddy.
Guys, no, Mr. McGillicuddy has my broom. He said he was going to make it shinier. I mean, you can just leave the voice alone. Wait till a later point if you'd like. Excuse me. Choking up water. There we go. So yeah, gonna make your way back to the tavern now.
Yes.
Grr, take it.
Okay. You walk outside of the barn. It's very hard to see. Um, the fog itself is very oppressive, and you're actually not quite sure if you can get your bearings right with it right now. And this is very unusual for during the day, and it actually almost seems like, even though not a lot of time has passed since you've been in there fighting the big scary bird things, it actually almost seems like it is closer to nighttime, just given the current lighting situation. So yeah, you all walk outside, and you might have an idea of how to get back to the tavern. You do have someone that's a cartographer with you. Is there anything you'd like to do at the barn before you go to try to make your way back to the tavern?
Yes.
Sacred Flame.
There, yes.
Our
I mean,
cat
yes, sir.
friend
Mm-hmm.
Does it want to join Tortuga?
The cat friend never. Well, first off, it was found unconscious by Tortuga, and no one's checked on the cat since after the.
We were slightly
I just
occupied.
assumed the healing word covered it too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the cat doesn't seem to be waking up.
Came back the very next day. Wait, what?
So the cat doesn't seem to be waking up. It seems to still be unconscious at the moment.
I cast 8 on the cat.
Okay. I mean, the cat seems to glow and everything, like hit points are restored, but it doesn't. The cat itself doesn't actually seem hurt. It just seems to be unconscious.
I guess it's just taking a nap.
That also helps all of us. We just got back all like, I mean, you
5.
and Tekken got hit points added to your maximum HP.
Hmm. Nice. Are you gonna leave the cat there?
Taking him with us.
Okay. So you just pick a little cat up, who you have called Sir
Sir
Knightington,
Killington of the
Meowington,
Ravenclaw.
Killington. Okay, Sir Killington of the Ravenclaw. Got it. Let me make a note here. Huge success. So you pick up the cat and you walk outside, and you think you hear some howling in the distance, but you're not quite sure. But as you start walking outside, the fog actually seems to start breaking up again, and fading away. And strangely, I mean, you can now see outside just fine. It still seems like it's during the day. Um, Kind of weird, but you guys have seen Stranger, so I'm not sure if you think anything of it or if you just brush it off. But I assume you still make your way down to the tavern. And you manage to make your way to the tavern without incident. The tavern slash inn, whose name I should probably come up with at some point. And you get there, and the villagers, there's some villagers that are in there, and they see you, and they go, "Oh, did you do anything?" Well, actually, I first should ask, are you just carrying the cat with you?
As
I have him
opposed,
tucked on the top of my.
Like on the shell? Did
He's
he tuck him away in his backpack?
uh, Dresden is acting like a seatbelt for the kitty cat.
Oh, okay. So you walk into the tavern, and the villagers say, "Did you figure anything out? Did you find anything out? And they see the cat. They go, "Is it still talking? Is it cursed? Is something wrong? Is it a cursed cat?" And they're kind of looking a little
The cursed
fearful
cat.
of
We're
the
taking
cat.
rats.
You're you're taking care of the cursed cat? Is it cursed?
it's
The
not
villagers.
cursed.
Okay, good.
It's not cursed. It's our friend now.
Okay, did you go visit McGillicuddy's farm? What'd you find?
Um,
Killer bird.
invisible
Gonna go
slashing
take it.
things.
Invisible slashing things killed the cows and the pigs? What left the
Mm,
cat?
maybe.
Well, weren't you going to go investigate? You're not sure?
Yeah, we're not sure. It made the same slashing things that were found on the cows, so it's most likely we got it. But then there's the matter of the wolf fur we found in the barn.
Wolf fur? What kind of wolf fur? We don't have wolves around here.
Yeah, it's that kind. The kind you don't have normally around here.
What's a wolf doing here?
Eating cows.
Usually they look over to Tech and did you get some more information?
Nope.
Ah no. Well, this just leaves even more questions. We don't have wolves, and you're saying it's a wolf. And then you're talking about some weird invisible slashing thing. Why wouldn't we have seen him earlier?
Why wouldn't you have
That
seen the
bird.
invisible things earlier?
It was a giant
Yeah.
bird thing. It tried
Say
to
the
kill us.
question, say the sentence like a little slower. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Why wouldn't we have noticed the invisible?
Right there.
Huh? Oh. Of course they wouldn't let us notice them killing. That's why they did it at night. We're sleeping at night. We'd never have seen them before.
Yeah,
That's
you can't see things
brilliant.
when your eyes are closed.
That's diabolical. Do we need to worry about the big slashing things anymore? Is the problem fixed? Solved? Resolved? One
Dead.
of those words? Dead. Oh, so you did take care of the problem. So we didn't need to worry about our livestock anymore.
Well, I didn't think you had livestock anymore.
That's funny because it's not alive, it's dead. So I guess it's dead stock. That's funny. It's like the joke my aunt used to tell me about the cow on the ground and how it's dead ground beef. Something about making burgers. It was funny when she told it. If she ever comes around, we'll
Can I
have
have
her
a
tell
bird
you.
and some alcohol?
I'm
Like
sure that
lots of
there's some in the
alcohol
tavern.
and a burger.
Well, I guess are y'all gonna be around here for a while? Help maybe protect us if it decides to come after not the livestock anymore? And they lean in real close. We mean us. Are you gonna protect us if they come to try to do the same thing to us?
We'll sure try.
Okay, good. Because
As
our
long as you
cows couldn't
do
take
your
care of
donations.
themselves. I'm sorry. The big temple?
Yeah, have y'all been making usual donations to the Church of Helm?
Oh, we go there every week.
Oh, good. Then yes, we can help.
Oh, good. The church actually told us that they cast this big protection sort of thing, and that's what's been keeping a lot of the undead at bay for us. We made sure
You're
to give them a
welcome.
lot of money for it. Come to think of it, they do talk about the wandering turtle a lot. Is that you? Are you Tortuga? Are you the one that burned the entire
I am
town
the
down? Town? Island? Island! That's right, it was an entire island to save someone. I kind of dozed off at the end of that sermon. I'm sorry.
I mean, we'll just call you right on that. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Oh, that's fantastic. Don't you usually travel with? And as they're saying that, they actually look over and they seem to now notice Tekken. Are you? Are you the one the great Sax always writes about?
The great. Yeah, that's me.
That makes you Tekken. That's fantastic. Could you? And they get out some books and some of them hand them to you and say, "Could we get your autograph?"
Of course. Of course.
Wonderful. And could you bring those to Sax? I don't know where Sax is. Usually Sax is supposed to be around you all the time, helping you and making sure that you're able to show off all your heroics. If you see him, could you have him sign our books too?
Sure.
Oh, wonderful.
You want me to sign them?
No, that's okay. We give our donations to Helm. We were told that would be enough.
Gonna burn the bar to the ground. Where's my hamburger?
The priest always told us that the best thing we could do for the followers of Helm is donate to Helm. So we donate to Helm quite often. In fact, some of the money that goes to the tavern here and the inn upstairs also goes to the Temple of Helm. We really like Helm around here. He says it
Gonna
protects us
torch
from
the
burning
thing.
stuff down.
He's right. He's so right.
Well, okay, thanks for taking care of the weird invisible slasher problem, but maybe where wolf problem, but not. Well, we're just glad to have you around that you can kind of help us all out. Okay, we're gonna go over here now, and they just start walking back into the tavern. I guess you're gonna go in and get a burger and alcohol. That's what you're looking for, Tortuga.
Yep.
Okay. So you walk back into the
Plenty of
tavern.
ground beef around.
Yeah. You walk in, and Tavern Keep says, "Hey, good news. We have some brand new menu items. It's our flaming burgers, some real fresh beef with my fire sauce."
Cool.
That'll be 10 gold.
Okay.
Cool. So, Tavern Keep gives you the food and gives you a complimentary beer along with it to cool your mouth in case you need it. And looks at the
That's
other
pretty
two.
expensive for a burger.
It's some very fresh, locally sourced beef. Plus,
Okay.
and he leans in. You see, that's the trick. You make you think that you're getting the alcohol for free. Really, you're paying for the alcohol and just getting a burger along with it. Probably shouldn't be telling you that, but I trust you. And he leans away. He looks over to Gur and Tekken and says, "Would you two like anything while your friend is dining away?"
No thanks.
Yeah, we might as well eat.
Probably a good idea. I mean, y'all are kind of low on health. Might be a good thing.
Yeah.
So he gets some food for you, gives you the food, gives you some drink. And you, for whatever reason, some more glitter falls out of your pack, Gur.
Okay.
Shiny.
And you assume probably from the letter that Kit left you.
I will try to examine my pack to see where this glitter is coming from.
Your pack seems to be full of glitter now. Every last little crevice, empty space in there has been jam packed full of gold and red glitter to the point that it's now almost pouring and pushing its way out of your pack.
Okay, this is terrible.
And as you look inside and you open the pack, you swear again you're hearing Kit's voice. And it sounds like it's coming from the letter. And you're hearing almost caw sound coming from inside your pack.
Okay, try to find the letter wherever the voice is coming from.
So you start digging through the pack, pushing more and more glitter out. The tavern keep seems to be very unamused by this. And you finally push enough away to get back to the letter. And you take the letter out, and when you open the letter out, a bunch more just kind of falls to the ground. The contents of the letter have actually changed. And it's actually looking like it's just very quick kit scratch of I don't think I'm on McGillicuddy's farm anymore. Please help. And then it's signed with a little heart, and then Kit drew a picture of himself.
No.
Followed by a P.S. Magic letters are cool.
You know what else is cool? Long rests. So let's try to go upstairs and take one, and then we can see what to do next.
Probably a good plan. HP's very low. The innkeep says, room's still in the house. Feel free to rest whenever y'all want. So y'all go upstairs and
Yes.
take a long rest so everybody can take a long rest.
Oops. Not what I want to do.
I like your strength check. That was a lot of damage dealt if it took you out a couple of times, Tortuga.
There sure was.
Waiting on Gur to take their long rest.
Well, I got like 2 hits of like 40 plus damage, so that's what happened.
That's true. You did take 88 damage over 2 hits. My dice were rolling like 2s and 3s, and then suddenly every time I hit Tekken, it was 20, 20, 20.
Is this a good place to stop, or?
You took your long rest and everything, Gur?
Yes.
Cool beans. Sorry, I was waiting for it to pop up on the thing.
Oh, I did it on the sheet. I can do it here too.
No, you're fine. You don't need to worry about it. It should link back and forth without a problem. So that is up to y'all. If you guys would like to continue researching the mystery of the wolf or Kit, you may. Or if y'all want to call it for the night, that's fine too. I'm good with whatever. Trying to I don't want to progress the story or anything terribly much without Sax and Kit here.
Yeah, I think we did enough without them today.
Okay. Cool deal. It's gonna be very confusing when Kit shows up later. But yeah. And then told you all what it was. If you happen to have a copy of them, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to find fun items for everybody and say that's what I chose.
So, like, you don't have any of the things?
There were 2 items specifically for Fury Ball that were left, and I do not recall at all what they were because I'm a great GM.
We got there was the Circlet of Blasting, the Nightfall Pearl. There was a set of aquamarine earrings. I think we don't know what that is.
That might be the ones.
There was the Staff of the Forgotten One. That was Magpie's.
Yes.
Let's see. And then there was the evil goat demon gem.
Yeah.
I think that is it.
Okay, cool. It was the earrings, the demon gem, and then the other item. I have already told Sax what it was and gave it to Sax, so we don't need to worry about that. So yes, it would be the earrings and the demon gem. Thank you.
Sure.
I knew that there were 2 items. I just could not. They are written down in my notebook, so I cannot potentially lose them amongst my digital files. But yeah, if y'all want to call it here for tonight, we can. It'll just also make next session even more fun, especially if Kit is able to make it.
Yeah, I think that's for the best today.
Okay, sounds good. Did you all enjoy this session?